I am Sherry Griffith, your virtual specialist for middle grades health and physical education. In this webinar series, we will be focusing on strategies for accommodating learners. The content of this presentation is aligned to the State of Georgia's Teacher Keys Effectiveness System for Performance Standards 2, 3, 4, and 8. Instructional planning, instructional strategies, differentiated instruction, and academically challenging environment. The purpose of this webinar series is to help educators to accommodate learners' differences in needs while facilitating instruction. This includes using effective strategies and resources during instructional planning, using relevant research-based instructional strategies to engage students and to facilitate the students' acquisition of key knowledge and skills, to provide appropriate content for developing skills and for differentiating instruction which challenges and supports each student's learning, and for creating a student-centered academic environment in which teaching and learning occur at high levels and students are self-directed learners. In this session, we will be focusing on large group activities for middle school students in the PE classroom that help students to demonstrate competency in a variety of motor skills, movement patterns, and movement combinations and multiple activity categories. Some of these skills include throwing, catching, striking, shooting, passing, utilizing various body parts or implements with varying trajectories, speed, and direction, as well as applying the knowledge of concepts, principles, strategies, and tactics related to movement and performance, such as changing speed, direction, and applying basic strategies and motor skill techniques for offense and defense in small-sided gameplay. The top 5 large group activities are not necessarily in any order, but aim to help students recognize the value of physical activity for health, enjoyment, challenge, self-expression, social interaction, as well as exhibit responsible personal and social behavior that respects self and others. And they include some of my go-to activities for rainy days, schedule changes, or just outright fun activities for warming up, introducing new skills, or outside of the norm activities. Welcome back to Accommodating Learners Top 5 Large Group Activities Part 2. In our last session, we began a countdown of some of my go-to large group activities that can be used on any day that your plans have to change because of rain or other unforeseen circumstances. Here's a recap. We have number 5 of our top 5, which includes relay races and a game called Sharks and Minnows. Please visit our website to view Accommodating Learners Top 5 Large Group Activities Part 1 if you missed it. And we have number 4 of our top 5 large group activities, which includes Battle Ball and a variation of Battle Ball called Swamp Ball. Please stay tuned as we move forward into number 3 of our top 5 large group activities list.
Top 5! Top 5! Top 5! Top 5! Top 5!
Number 3 on my top 5 large group activity list includes volleyball and variations of volleyball. Volleyball is a net sport which requires a net, a specified number of players, and rules specific to volleyball. However, before we began participating in our net sports unit, and we found ourselves subject to unforeseen circumstances, volleyball doesn't look like volleyball. Sometimes in my classroom, I found that in order to accommodate large class sizes, limited space, and to keep all students participating, there could be one full class on each side of the net, which inadvertently seems to keep students engaged and overly excited. However, students comprehend that oftentimes we're playing a variation of volleyball for health, enjoyment, challenge, self-expression, and social interaction as we exhibit responsible personal and social behavior that respects all. A net, a specified number of players? No, not here. One of my favorite variations of volleyball is called Keep It Up, which uses a ball like the one being used here. The ball in this game is more challenging to keep up in the air and can be played with or without a net. Keep It Up is played by tossing the ball into the air to get under it and hitting the ball upward towards an opposing player. A large group can work together, standing in a circle, to keep the ball in the air while counting the number of successful hits which can be made without the ball touching the floor. If there is more than one ball available, 2 large group circles of players can be made, one on each half of the court. The team who has the largest number of successful hits out of 3 rounds wins. One of my favorite variations of this game includes a volleyball net and is played like volleyball. However, in middle school, I would recommend this variation to 7th grade and 8th graders because 6th graders have a more difficult time getting a ball this size over the net. To make the game more engaging and more capable for 6th graders, students use the Keep It Up ball like a hot potato. I play music while the students work together to keep the ball up and off of their side. Smaller children can work together to throw the ball over the net. When the music stops, the team who has successfully kept the ball off of their side gets a point. The music starts again and the game continues. The team who is caught keeping the ball off of their side the most wins. Keep It Up and Keep It Up Hot Potato promotes responsible personal behavior and social behavior and can be vigorous physical activities that are used as a warm-up activity or as an enjoyable go-to activity for days that students cannot go outside. Please visit the Georgia Department of Education community website at community.gadoe.org for more helpful tips to collaborate, connect, share thoughts, or resources for teachers and administrators. Thank you for viewing, and we hope you enjoyed our webinar.